I want everybody from this moment on to recognize me as the scholar of boxing.
See, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
Cruiser 5 to 50 be advised, County Police 1 advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
Publicists, when you talk to your publicists, you know the first thing they tell you? What? Stay away from religion, stay away from politics.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
No matter what the you say, somebody passionately disagrees with you.
Absolutely.
No matter what religion, you believe in Allah, then you're saying that's not the right way. You believe in every Christianity, that's not it, because they're choosing something different. Your political party, the Democrat, Republican, the disagreement completely.
Yup.
So I stay away from it. When I get pulled into politics, I go,
Yeah.
and I have nothing to say. I'm
That's
just
the
looking.
same way we are. We don't no politics, none of
I'll
this.
with that. I don't stay there because I'm still entertainment. If it's not music, then it's from a television, but it's still entertainment. So why would you turn someone off by saying that?
Right.
I want everybody to enjoy what I'm doing.
Right.
Not just a selective few amount of people. I focus on diversity because it's needed.
Right.
The boxing scholar is a lover, not a fighter, but he's also a fighter, so don't get any ideas. If he pats you on the back, you'll put it in your resume. His enemy. Have him listed as an emergency contact. The scholar has an inside joke with complete strangers. If he punched you in the face, you'd have to fight the urge not to thank him. Sharks have a week dedicated to him. He's the only man alive to is parallel park. A train is count to infinity twice. In Genesis, when God said, "Let there be light," the scholars said, "Say pretty please." He is the genius of all genius and master of all masters.
And that's the trick to life. You have to be wise enough to know when you were living in your dream. And you have to be humble enough to accept when you're in someone else's.
Yo, the Boxing Scholar's on. Shout out to Jay. She's an amazing person, and I gotta give her full credit. It's not easy. It's not easy being on the panel, you know what I mean, with somebody as intelligent and humble and sexy as I am. So shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay. What's good, sister? You good today?
I mean, wow, what an intro. I'm still kind of digesting and metabolizing it. I can't believe this whole time I've never seen your full intro. That was amazing. I got a couple of cackles out of that. The Sharks have a week named after you?
A little humble, a little razzle
My
dazzle. Nothing
God.
major.
This guy here. Wow, incredible. That was incredible. That's the show right there. I mean, listen, wow. I don't even know what to say about that.
So, listen, I feel like before we even get to the topic, we need to make this a segment because this used to be the number one show on BET when the new whatever manager, whatever he was, came in, he just took the whole like show and like got rid of it, and they were really positive. And what you do culture on your this is perfect. We're gonna have to do at least one of these, even if it's a pre-record a week, because you disagree with everything. But I think I got you figured out. I'm gonna just start saying the opposite of what I truly believe to get you to believe what I believe.
No. I don't always disagree. Sometimes you make sense once every full moon, which I believe is a full moon or new moon tonight. So, here we go. Hey, y'all. Hey, thinker.
So listen, my sister Jay, everybody already know, she's on her platinum level feminist. She's a top tier member of the feminist group. She does not believe if a man flies a woman out that the woman is obligated to show some type of loyalty. Like she could go talk to whoever she wants. That's not how that works.
Yeah, it does work like that. It does. I don't know why you think that because somebody flew you out that you're supposed to naturally, like, you have ownership of them, like you rented them. That's not how it goes.
No, it's not. Oh, come on, renter. You see how the word
Yeah,
game you do?
that's what you're given.
You
Like,
see how
just
you
because somebody,
convolute.
mm-mm.
Hold up. I wrote down some words I'm gonna use for you because I know you like to bring them big words with syllables in them. You see how convoluted, how controversial that you trying to be right now? So don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh,
Don't-
please,
don't-
brother. It's very simple. If a man flies you out and you agree, right? If you have a plan and itinerary, all of those things are fine. But if a woman wants to go ahead and, dilly dally and do her own thing and do her one too, she's her own person. She has a right to do that. It does not mean that she has to do exactly what he tells her, get on one foot and bark like a dog. That's not how things go.
Now you're
And
talking. Now you're talking. Woof,
yeah,
woof. I like that. I
exactly.
ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. Something about the alpha male that exists inside of all of us. Andrew Tate's book. I've been reading it right now, fellas.
Okay.
The alpha male, the alpha male that exists inside of all of us. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love it. I love that bark like that. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, by the way. But no, I honestly let's look at it on the other foot, right? Because I've seen stories that have been the opposite of this, right? And it's been like a woman. Like I give you an example. There was a situation where in these spaces where a woman had like tricked on a man, and it was like thousands of dollars, right? I don't even think she got the peen. I think I think she was tricking for nothing. But their response to that was, "Oh, niggas ain't shit." Like they was responding differently to that. They wasn't worried about ownership. They wasn't worried about none of that stuff. And I feel like a lot of this be people wanting to be exempt from the rules so everybody else could play by them. Because even when women bring up equality, they only try to attack the benefits they feel like males are getting that they're not getting.
Okay.
They be like, no, because I should be able to cheat too. If he cheat, oh, it's cool when you do it. Like they start quoting finesse 2 times. Cyril, no Merc. They start quoting him. It's like, nah, that ain't the way that works. If somebody flies you out, you do not belong to them. Like that's not even debatable. We don't have to go to the extreme measures in order to prove a point. You know you don't own them. In the same way, if you're in a relationship, you don't have ownership. In marriage, you kind of do have ownership, but to a certain degree.
You
Uh,
don't.
that's why you have to split ownership after you get divorced. So you kind of do to a certain degree. But
More,
that's neither
more
here
like
nor there.
that.
See, huh?
More like assets.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the assets be body parts. People have took titties that they help get enhanced whenever they get a divorce.
No, but okay. Go ahead. I'm not.
See, I came
Yeah,
prepared.
I can't.
Notes.
I'm just choosing not.
Zero.
I'm
No
choosing not.
milk.
Yeah. Let's
Gotta
get
bow
let's
now.
let's get into the meat and potatoes so we can go ahead and do this thing.
Gotta bowing out. Got her bowing out.
Choosing my battles because this don't make no sense.
Ooh, I love it. I love a tired Jay because
Oh
they don't be
God.
putting up no fights. They don't
You
be
got
putting up
me
no
into the
fights.
ropes, huh?
I love it. I love it. We got to start doing the late night more often, sister. So
Oh, okay.
the video right here, the video that we're discussing is right here. So let me play the video.
Where you going? What's going on? Huh?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that my friend invited me out.
You forgot to tell me, huh? And I'm asleep. How do you forget to tell me, huh?
Because you were sleeping, I didn't want to wake you up.
You didn't want to wake me up, huh? But I flew you out with me. Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Don't feel like that. I was just gonna go see my friend.
That don't make no sense. It's 12:30 in the middle of the night.
Girl, I haven't seen in like years.
But why didn't you tell me eating at a 5-star restaurant?
She just came up with it. Like she didn't know if she was available.
So when I go to sleep, you get up and you get dolled up. You weren't even looking like this earlier today, and now you ready to go and kick it with your friends. That don't make no sense to me. And I flew you out here.
Why do you keep saying that? Just because you flew me out here?
I'm saying that because I feel some type of way. Look at how good you. But I'm just saying it. Do I really gotta explain myself?
I'm just gonna
no. Can I do one thing? Just let me see your phone then. Let me see. So which friend is it? Why didn't you tell me about this over dinner?
It's my homegirl.
So let me see your phone.
I told you I have friends here, right?
Let me see your phone.
I'm not gonna let you see my phone. That's not.
Oh, you ain't gonna let me see your phone, huh?
No.
Well, why not?
Because that's my privacy.
If it's just your friend, let me see your phone. I just want to see. So is she picking you up?
Am I asking you to use your phone?
Is she picking you up?
Yes.
So let me see your phone. I just want to see confirmation.
No.
I just want to see confirmation.
She's gonna drop me off. I'm gonna take an Uber there.
Wow. You think I'm boo-boo the fool, don't you?
I'm not saying that. Like, just because you're thinking, just because you brought me here, you want me to just stick with you?
No, you've been here less than 24 hours.
But you're over here sleeping the whole time. Like,
what do you mean we just ate a 5-star dinner?
It's a nice night outside.
So many things to unpack, so little time.
Tonight, and after a tough opponent, you know, I couldn't even see out my right eye, round 6 through 10, because she do hit hard.
Hang in there, girl. Hang in there, sister. Hang in there.
Who hit hard, baby? She was in there tiptoeing, okay? In her
like the Pink Panther. All I kept thinking was Badu, Badu. Badu, 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 badu. That's what was playing in my head. I'm like, why is she tiptoeing?
Hey, she put on them kitten heels and she got the tiptoeing in the marble floor. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I don't. She said that, listen, I was going to go out with my homegirls. I don't have to give you my phone. That's my privacy. He can either accept it or don't. It does not seem like they're in a heavy, serious, committed relationship. He chose to fly her out. That was his choice, right? That was his choice. And so, like, she's, exercising her free will to fly down with him. She can exercise her free will to tiptoe right into her next destination. What's next?
Oh, so many things to unpack. So little time. So first things first, right? The way you knew that she knew that was wrong is that she was tiptoeing. Because somebody that was really, what you call it, living in their truth, they wouldn't have been tiptoeing on nothing. They wouldn't even, if they felt like they really didn't have to explain themselves, they would have just left. It wouldn't have been nothing to be said about it. The fact that she was tiptoeing.
He was asleep all day.
What if they was having sex all day? You can't win. Listen, so we got to be honest, because as content creators, we know my BS meter. I think it's a skit. Honestly, it's too perfect. Phone out. You know what I mean? How would you know? It was just a lot of stuff. And then we just ate a 5-star meal. Like, you putting that in there. That's rage bait as a content creator. But it sparked a bigger debate to me, because I couldn't see how a logical person such as yourself could not see that she was wrong.
Okay. Listen, that girl is tired. He in the bedroom sleep. It's a beautiful night out. Thank you so much for that meal. Nice meals, nice gowns, beautiful gowns. I'm trying to hit the city with my homegirls or my homeboy, whatever it is.
Let's rewind that. Homeboy. So she was
homegirl.
So she was going to go smash. That's what that was about, because he wasn't
together all day. And here's the thing. So if she smashing somebody else, why he so pressed to begin with? Let the lady go ahead and do her thing. If she tiptoeing to go smash something else, hypothetically, right? And he done flew her out, right? Right. Listen to me. Okay. If they was already smashing and she's tiptoeing to go see somebody else, let her go. Let her be. Don't sit up there and pull out the phone. Oh, I just gave you a 5-star meal. Oh, I just flew you out. Like simping even harder. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just corny. Like I like
See, first off, you got to remember this. Not everybody got where Sharks done dedicated a week to them. Everybody ain't a player. Everybody not a scholar. Everybody gonna keep it P, right?
and you
That's
would
number one.
count it to infinity
But I
twice.
love, see, I brought my notes today. I've been taking notes on you, sister. You see what she just tried to do? First, she's tried to justify the tiptoe bandit. That's what we're going to call her, the tiptoe bandit. She tried to justify the Pink Panther, a.k.a. Pink Panther. And then when she could justify it, well, why you want to sip after her? If y'all been having sex all day, let her go. Don't record her.
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. The reason why I'm justifying it is this. If he flew her out, that was his choice. If she got flown out, that was her choice. And at any moment and at any point, if this lady decides to change her mind, that is her choice, her free will to exercise, and therefore should be respected. Period, point blank. This is no different than when we talk about having conversations about consent. If I decide at this moment I don't want to, that's exactly what it is, and respect it as such. I don't care that you flew me out. I don't care that I went to a 5-star meal. If I change my mind and I want to tiptoe my ass down to wherever I'm going, that's just what it is. And the thing about it is, y'all feel like, oh, because oh, well, he did this and he did that, he's owed something. He ain't owed shit. Okay, that lady don't owe him nothing. She don't even owe him an explanation. If he decided to do that and gifted her in the way that he did, and she had a good time and whatever, or maybe not. She said she was tired and he was bored. You just got to charge it to the game. That's just as simple as that. That's just how that goes. Sorry, you can't convince me of anything else. It just is what it is.
Oh, well, we're not here to convince you. To the people listening, focus on the sound of my voice.
Please.
Focus on the sound of my voice. To the people that's listening. Listen, to the people that's listening, listen, like I said, everybody not going to, you know what come to mind? Everybody not playing like Scarlett. She over here talking this crazy stuff. This is what came to mind the entire time that she was talking. This is what should have happened.
With the right amount of money, you'd have gave him some. You gave him some of that Dyke coochie. Yeah, you let me ask you this, Daddy. If he give you some money, would you give him some of this straight booty? Huh? Would you give him some of this? I almost knocked you on your ass then, okay? Okay, so don't come in, don't get it twisted, because I'll knock you off on your ass.
That clip came to mind. That clip came to cussing pastor. Like you, Jay, you got the game all the way.
Pastor, he passed away.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm, he did.
All that damn cussing. Too much. Blood pressure was high. But no, that's crazy work, Jay. That you up there try to justify BS. I ain't gonna lie, because I know you know better. I know you really, really intelligent. I know you. Women just be talking. They just be talking.
Hey.
What Chris Rock say? Women be shot. Hey. That's what
I know that you know a couple of my stories and being flown out and not tiptoeing to go anything else like this. If you're a member of my channel, you already know. Don't put it past me. I'm not the barometer of, oh, a man did X, Y, and Z for me, so that means I have to do X, Y, and Z for him. It doesn't always work like that. It doesn't always pan out like that.
Could I provide a little bit of perspective, sister? With all due respect, could I provide a little bit of perspective? This is what we got to remember, because we all pay our taxes. We all part of this capitalistic society, right? I remember one day I was working. Don't cut me out. I feel it. My gut really said she better cut you off and say, "Oh, please."
Here we go, y'all. Anecdotal story. Let's go.
No, seriously.
One time down in manger.
Hold on. This one time I was working downtown with the crazies. I think a couple of them never mind. A couple of them never mind. So I was working downtown, and a person had a BMW. It was nice, right? And one of them crazy people picked up a rock and like threw it at the car and did it. And I was really, really mad, and it wasn't my car, right? But I know that we all are overworked and underpaid, right? Everybody got an hourglass on their life. Everybody got an expiration date. They could never really pay us enough for our time, because money is renewable and time is not. Like Bill Gates would probably give all his money back just to get time back. Warren Buffett, them old people, right? Time's our most valuable resource, right? And we have to give it away, because that's how you function in society. You don't work, you don't eat. right? So if somebody has spent money on you and a lot of money on you, they've essentially given up their most valuable resources to gain that money, to give it to you, right? You just can't take that money and say, I'm gonna do whatever I want. That's not how that works.
It was
That's
gifted.
not how that works.
It was gifted.
Like, we have laws like theft of service and stuff like that. Like, you don't have to have sex with them, but you still respect's supposed to be free anyway. But if they're spending their money on you to fly you out for you to have a good time, come on now. You
She was
can't
there
disrespect
because
them.
she was tiptoeing out the door. She wasn't in there. She wasn't in there slamming doors and all right, I'm about to go, dip and go see my man. She said, I'm about to go see my friend. She was trying to keep it respectful. But for you to try to say it's stealing wages and everything, it's such a reach. Like, oh my God, you just say stuff. But it's okay though.
It is still
I can say some stuff too. Here's the
Jack.
thing. No.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were
Hear
done.
me
My
out.
bad. My bad.
Hear
Hold
me
up.
out. Exactly. Somebody said giving money with no agreement is a gift. Vaughn, you better let him know. Juice said he should have went to her and got to know her more before he flew her any damn where. And I'm right with you, Juice, because here's the thing. Everybody's making choices. He chose that lady. He chose to fly her out. He said, look at you, looking all good, this, that, and the third. So he could have very well chose somebody who would have made a different decision. But chances are men aren't even doing the vetting. They look good. They sound good. You got to go a little pop in Instagram. All right, bitch, I'm about to fly you out. Cool, I'm going. So it's like, I just feel like it's one of those situations where you can't be upset that you chose wrong, player. You just can't. It just happens like that. Simple as that. If I invite a guy who I don't know and we're casually dating or whatever, and we're going out, and I'm like, oh, come out with me and my homegirls, and I find out that he's like looking at one of my homegirls or doing something, I can't be like, oh my God, I thought you were going to be with me. Like, bitch, I don't know this nigga for real. And now I see up here, I chose this nigga. I chose to bring him around, and that's what it is. I just got to eat it. It is what it is. I wouldn't be stomping and pouting and fussing. It just is what it is. And
Okay.
sometimes
Okay.
you
Let's stay there. Let's stay there. Let's stay there, sister. So if you on a girls trip and you bring your dude with you and the dude end up sleeping with the
That's not her
chicks,
dude. That's not her dude.
they talking. We don't know first of all, we don't
We
know the
don't.
content.
It don't
We
even
don't know the
seem like they're
content.
talking because
Hey,
he said,
seen
well,
the
let me see your
speculation.
phone.
Nope.
He
Nope.
said, my phone. She said, my phone is my privacy. That's not some shit you say to no man that you actively involved with.
No.
And
Women say that all the time in relationships, and women like you will get on the channel and be like, "She don't owe him nothing. She don't have no, girl. Do you? Your body, your choice." Like y'all be doing the most.
Exactly.
Women be
Keep that
doing the
shit
most.
transactional if y'all
They
not
be
serious.
doing the most. They be doing the most until somebody
Hold
get.
on. Brother, you need to be kind of over here because you make sense. You got some people over here that make sense. He said, keep that shit transactional if y'all not serious. And that's what happened.
That's because I see Vaughn.
He
You
got too
hypnotized.
caught up. He got too caught up. He chose wrong. And now he's making himself look worse by recording this lady tiptoeing in her kitten heels to go to outside and enjoy the nice weather and her friend.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. I'm mad. I'm angry right now. At this moment, I'm just gonna rage. I don't like what you're doing. You know, the focus on the sound of your voice and stuff. You got
I ain't even
Vaughn. I don't
saying
even
whether
know
you
who
can
Vaughn
agree.
is. I put you in the thumbnail. I don't know what it is. The Erica Badu. I'm gonna call you. You definitely got the Erica Badu effect, but it don't work on me. It don't
And
work on me.
listen, he said he got to keep it 100, and I think that he's keeping it real. And here's the thing: a lot of these men go after these women, and passport bros and the exoticals of it all. But here's the thing: they're always going to choose up. And if he's not doing what he needs to do, whether he's sleeping, whether the money ain't long enough, whether he's not fun enough, or he don't look that good, if she's that type of woman, she's going. She's overly going. She's out of there, and he's just going
Don't
to have to do it.
accept. You justify somebody taking advantage of somebody, so they could take the
Wow.
money.
No, I'm taking
No, they're
it. You put yourself in
stop.
that position. These niggas, nah, we're not doing it. I ain't doing
Oh,
it. I am
you
not
ain't
doing
doing
it.
it. You ain't doing it.
You're about to have me windmilling on something that's so simple. If a man wants to act like he's going to fly you out and do all this and do all of that, right? And you don't know him, he's gonna do it for you. Okay, I'm gonna take the flight. You don't. That's like it's as simple as this. I'm driving down the highway and I see somebody. And I'm like, oh damn, this person is there? He looks like he needs a ride to the gas station. And me, the good Samaritan, I'm taking a chance letting this man into my car. I don't know this man, and that's the chance that I take. So if he best my head upside the dashboard and take my keys and steal a car, that's going to be on me because I chose. Now, whether I did it with good intention, he took advantage of me, but that was still a chance that I took.
Okay, I don't want to cut you off. Where I start? Let me start unpacking
No,
it with this.
start with the
Implants in your cheeks.
Oh God.
You've had a dimple made in your chin.
Please,
You've had your lips enlarged. You've had your eyelids reconstructed. Eyelids reconstructed.
Stupid.
None of it's
Come
true.
on, none of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie. They don't want to give me credit for anything.
That's Jay. That's Jay in a nutshell. She won't give me credit for nothing. She says she not for the windmill on the subject. She not for to do all that. It's just like, Jay, why we got to do all that, sister? Why we just can't be logical? Listen, if me and you could get up here and agree, and we don't do that much often, right? About the tenderism dude getting taken advantage of. Like they're taking advantage of a situation, and your mindset is like, man, it's okay. He know what he was getting into. Hitchhiker, go down the street, bash you in the head. No, we're not finna do that. We're not finna do that. We finna call right, wrong, a ball, and a strike. There is no way possible you could justify accepting something from somebody. Like, listen, if women could say that men are predators, that men only think about sex, but then accept a gift from a man, what do you think that he's gonna expect from you? And he's giving you the money under the pretext of sex because that's what you're selling on Instagram. You can't then turn around and say, I ain't gonna do nothing with him, I ain't gonna do this, or he don't own me, you can't look
I get what you're saying, but what you're failing to consider is the fact that women can be hunters and predators too. And if you get caught in my trap, and if I set
your
the
trap. So now you the predator. I don't like the way this is going, sister.
Listen, if you get caught, it's not my fault. You get what I'm saying? You can't charge that lady and be like, well, damn, she's so terrible. He didn't properly vet her. We don't know the backstory. We don't know what it's about. And she seemed to be halfway, I know some women would have been like, man, fuck that, you corny, man, blah, 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 blah. She kept the cutesy. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful night. You're
What was
sleeping.
cute about that? Her tiptoeing to sneak out to get some peen.
How do you know that? How do you know that that's what she was doing?
Lord Jesus, help her. You know that's what she was doing, and I know that's what she was doing.
I don't know that lady from a can of
That's
paint.
why she was tiptoeing on the marble floor. Like, come on.
She was going out. She was being respectful because.
Hold up, and then we got to rewind this. See, I listen to you. Don't be listening to me. I listen to you.
All said
right?
Black Widow spider energy.
And Vaughn, I don't know what you did to Vaughn, but we're gonna get that worked out. I'm getting a hypnotist on the show tomorrow because I don't like it. Right? So, something you pointed out: women can be predators too. Men don't realize women can be predators too. One more time: men don't realize women can be predators too. So, why do women sit up all day whining about men being predators if they predators too? If they justify predator, hold up. If they justify predator behavior, right? Because that's what they say men do. Oh, men just sit around. They're so complicit with other men, and this is the problem with the community, and this is and all that stuff that y'all say, right? Well, then why are you complacent with this tiptoe? Huh?
I said, what they be saying? All of that? That was a lot.
Yeah, they say a lot. The panels, they get together and be like, see, this what's wrong with men right here. All these men standing around while this woman is getting attacked by a dog. Like, what are you supposed to do? Turn into the dog whisperer, Paw Patrol? I don't know. Go get bit by the dog for the story? I don't know. But they be putting unrealistic expectations that they don't live up to themselves. Because when it comes to situations like this, where you see a woman predator, because we admitted that they had him, right? They're cheering her on and saying, well, that's life. He got to take that on the chin. But then when the roles reversed, it's uproar. Why they ain't protecting Black women, or why they not protecting women in general? And this is what's wrong. Chivalry's dead.
You know why? Because it's like when we watch a movie and the main character is constantly beat up, is constantly whatever, like it's in our nature to kind of root for the underdog. Not all women are in these positions, right? There are some women who will never kind of experience something like this. So as a collective, it's nice to see the underdog win sometimes. And I think this is why you're having a hard time seeing something like this as a man and digesting it. Like, nah, that's fucked up. it's different. It's not sitting right in your spirit because you're not used to them winning, right? It's usually the man who's the one that has the upper hand. The man is the one who gets over. But when it's in the reverse, it's very hard for you to understand that. It's very hard for you to sit with it. And that's as simple as that. And I think that's why women kind of feel like, okay, yeah, so what, and because we know, like, disproportionately, men are usually the ones who are doing this type of activity. It's like a man go over to Dominican Republic and he out there soliciting, spicy workers and workers, and he's somewhere in some damn city, whatever, and somewhere in the heart of DR, and then he get robbed. Are we supposed to feel sympathy for him? Oh, this poor American man. Ain't nobody tell you to carry your ass around there, and now you got. It's just as simple as that. Let me ask you a question. Would you feel sorry for that man?
Sister,
No,
I
no,
got
no.
my own statement.
Come back
I
with a
got my
yes.
own statement.
All I need is a
I'm,
yes or no. Would you feel
I'm not.
sorry
I'm not going to be
for the man
trapped
who
or
flew
pinned.
DR?
Sister, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. What I don't do.
Not playing
I don't
fair enough.
scratch my head if it don't itch, and I don't dance unless I hear music.
Oh,
That's so.
yeah.
What we not finna do is come up with a whole
Oh my
scenario
God.
about the DR and none of that. One ain't got nothing to do with. They ain't got nothing to do
It
with the
does
price
though.
of tea and
It
chai.
does. It does a little bit if you follow it.
So if we
It
want to make it the same, it would be an American because these are two Americans, right? And it would be somebody taking advantage of them, kind of like the tenderism situation, where somebody is blatantly taking advantage and being what you said, quote unquote, a predator. That would be a similar situation. We ain't talking about
nah.
no
Thinker
passport, bro. No. We're not gonna do that, sister.
Thinker said men's supposed to lead though. And with that comes discernment. He should know when a woman is preying on him. I agree. And he
Oh,
should
see, and this is the
take that
silliest
whining
stuff
about him.
I've ever.
Why
This is
you
the
leaving?
silliest
Why
stuff.
you doing this? Wait, you looking all good. We ate a 5-star meal. Which I mean, like, did you hear his voice?
Oh my God, this Jay is golden. She is golden. She is golden for the world. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. She is. That's why she laughed because she knows she's full of it, right? Because the idea that when men are the leaders, so they don't deserve sympathy is a lot of. I mean, because I watch Jay content. She got a dope channel. Y'all go subscribe. I think Shanta already subscribed to you, one of my homegirls. But you do episodes on men's feelings being neglected and stuff like that, and then logic is showing why this is why men be so. This listen, the stuff, the environment that exists right now with the red pill, women will never really think about it this way, but they are largely in part of this because they sleep with older men who are successful. They chase bags. They're responsible for creating the incels. They made the incels want to have a shoulder to cry on, and it was the men that they were going after, the rich men and stuff like that. They're largely responsible for this, not allowing men to express themselves. I seen a meme the other day of a chick, and she was like, I think dudes who cook are gay. Because what type of dude be cook? I'm like, now dudes can't even cook. Like, you can't make this up. Women trying to make the pigeonhole men to what a man should be, right, has a lot to do with this whole alpha male red pill wave that's going through. And because of stuff like that, well, y'all the leader, y'all supposed to do this. It's so funny because y'all say stuff like, well, you the leader, you supposed to do this. But then when somebody get up there, a red pill T, one of my homie red pill T, say something about leading, you be like, no, wait, hold up. She ain't supposed like that situation right there. That man's the leader. Leaders deserve respect, right? Why is she tiptoeing on a all expense paid trip that he paid for with his money as the leader? Why is she disrespecting him? Don't leaders deserve respect? Don't bosses at the job get respect? And if they get disrespect, they go ahead and deal with it accordingly. That's why I say, y'all just be talking. But go ahead, my bad, sis. I got a little long-winded.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I don't mind waiting my turn. I think that I wanted to say this right here and right now, okay? I believe strongly in creating safe spaces for all people, right? Particularly Black and Brown people, women and men. Okay. I think that there is a huge mistrust between men and women, and a part of my own ministry is to bridge that gap and to offer perspective and burnability within my own community, right? And so, with that being said, there's a time and a place to offer a safe space for people who are often or willing to be safe spaces themselves, right? And when I say this nigga here, the one who flew her out, he don't get no sympathy from me. Okay? And I say all of that because again, I'm a leader and I have discernment. And sometimes you have to call a thing. That man he chose to use his money. He flew her out, right? That's his choice. Where is his accountability in this?
So
Right?
he got to have accountability, and she don't have none.
Hey, again, we don't know the context. We don't know the backstory. He could have just saw her on Instagram and said, "You fly sell," got his income tax return, and I want to fly you out. And she said, "Okay." What if he ain't even really got it like that? And that's probably why he's so hard pressed. We don't know what the backstory is. All I'm saying is we all have choices. We all do things. And I feel like her tiptoeing out of there, she was showing respect because she could have been loud and boisterous about it. I don't care. You was corny and being all weird. She just was like, listen, it's a beautiful night. You've been sleeping. I want to go out. It does not mean that, she's right or he's wrong or whatever the case. I think he was wrong for recording her and trying to expose her and do that whole everything. He sounded corny to me. He sounded, kind of lame. And it sounds like he doesn't know when to, chalk his losses and take his L's. I know whenever the fuck she came back, I wouldn't have been there. She wherever she was going, she should have just stayed and just do it and paid it. But he wanted to fight and go back and forth for her. That's what made it even cornier to me. That's all. That's it.
See, and then the hurling of the insult. Why she not corny for tiptoeing and sneaking out? That's
The
what I'm
only
saying.
thing that
You know what I would have respected, Jay. You know what I would have respected. I would have this is how I know she didn't come. You say we don't know context. We could surmise context. That's another word I've been saving for you. We could surmise context. You know how we could do that. We could look at her sneaking out, because if somebody had that bold attitude of, hey, I take your money, we just here, we just friends, and to the people that follow your content, you kind of was under them pretexts, right? Like you was like, I don't think you ever made it seem like, like you my man, I'm your girl type stuff. She didn't have that type of energy. That's why she was tiptoeing. Did you sneak anywhere? You didn't sneak anywhere, did you?
Oh,
You wasn't tiptoeing, was you?
who me? Oh, you asking
Yeah.
about my personal life? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying that the difference is the boldness. Like if somebody has that type of like attitude towards a
So
situation,
if she would have been bold, she would have been disrespectful. If she tiptoed, she would.
no, no. They would have if she would have been bold in that moment, that would have showed me that she was bold leading up to that moment. You get what I'm saying now? Like it's like what Jody say, I'm out here telling you the truth. Like, you know what I mean? It's like kind of like that. Like the reason why she was tiptoeing is because she knew that wasn't their arrangement. She wanted to go out and do whatever she do and then sneak back in and
Oh, I
still
thought
have
she
her
said
cake and
she
eat.
was sleeping.
Huh?
I thought she said he was sleeping.
Yeah, he was sleeping and she was trying to tiptoe out. She was sneaking.
What's wrong with having your cake and eating it too? What's wrong with that?
Oh, now she don't. Oh my goodness! Shout out to Jay, boy. Jay in the game she play. We're gonna have a segment called Jay in the game she play. She,
Whoever said it was anything wrong with having your cake and
oh
eating it,
my God!
you
What,
just
like
have the
this is
cake and
so
not eat
funny.
it.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for bringing Jay into my life, because she give me some of the most iconic, laughable moments of my life. She knows she full of it. She knows it. What's
How?
wrong with having your cake and
I
eat
just
it
asked
too?
a serious
Jay, you
question.
want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny? And this is coming from a dude who has a bunch of female friends, right? Especially throughout my journey of life, right? We talk, relationship, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Public perception is not reality
Mm-hmm.
as far as cheating goes. Women have been programmed through Waiting to Exhale, movies throughout the years that men are the dogs and they're the ones that cheat. But
Mm-hmm.
girls with other female best friends know that females cheat on par with men. Men just don't be knowing about it, and women are equipped to be better cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
So what you brought up earlier, you said that I don't like this situation because finally the man is getting it. Finally, the men have been getting it for years. Listen? There was a time before Dana,
Like
DNA.
how men are more violent and they are more likely
Oh,
to
see,
commit
now we switch it. Now we got to
crimes.
go to the violence. You see how
I'm
she
just
did?
saying.
Y'all
I'm
pay
not.
attention.
I'm
Y'all
just
peep.
I'm just telling you how I feel. These are just my thoughts and my opinions. I don't think that women cheat at the same rate as men. I just don't believe that.
I think they cheat more.
Okay.
I think that what I know about them is they're just better cheaters. They're more equipped. They won't tell anybody. If they do, it'll be one person that they know that they can trust and they ain't gonna get back. If sometimes they don't tell nobody. You'll find out till 10 years later that they was having an affair or whatever. They're just better at doing it. That's why. Because before DNA, women was tricking people into raising other people's kids. That's how cold they was with it. You know what I mean? A male, that's kind of hard to do. It's impossible to do unless you got somebody really on the spectrum type stuff, But no, like, yeah, women are. I mean, they more savage if you ask me. Because like I said, I got close friends, and I know we be talking, and women
Could it just be your group of close friends?
No, because I got good discernment. That's something I don't see. That's a lot of people don't got that. I got good discernment. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, sister. How you think you made the cut? I knew there was a lot of potential in you. You know what I mean? I knew, sis, I know you got a lot of potential. I know that the woman's hood, them brainwash you a little bit, but there's hope in there. There's hope in there. My sister Jay is gonna be a millionaire, and she gonna be married within a year. I'm prophesying right now. Hold up. Don't stop me now.
Let's just keep it at millionaire. Let's keep
No,
it
don't
at
stop. Don't
millionaire.
stop me now, sister. The spirit's talking to me now. Don't you do that.
I worked at a strip club. It was a buffet. Mark, say more about that. What do you mean?
I think that's a troll. I think they talk about eating vagina.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I think that's what they talk about.
I thought he was talking about women cheating or something.
Gammas was good, but no, they do that. They do, Jay. Jay, just think about your personal best friend that you know. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do anecdotal. You have any women best friends that, let's go over 5 years, that have not cheated? Like, you've been friends with them 5 years and they haven't cheated in a relationship.
Cheat. They don't have to cheat. They're in open relationships, or they have,
Which is planned cheating, which is organized cheating, but still cheating.
No, it's just a different dynamic. I
It's
know
permission. It's cheating with the permission.
it's a hard thing for you to understand because you come from a very traditional background. And what I'm trying to say to you is people
Hold on. Why you slow the language there when you talking?
Because you're still using it within your same frame, within your framework. Oh, it's just organized cheating. No, people live different lifestyles. People have alternative lifestyles, and that's okay, right? People live differently. They don't feel the need. They don't have to cheat. It's not condescending. It's just informative. Some people don't know. Like, oh, it's just like people think polygamy is all about threesomes. And I guess not like that all the time. Like, and so if I have some knowledge, I like to share it and talk about it in a way that, helps improve the people in the conversation is all. But you see things from a very traditional vanilla lens, and that's
Whoa.
that's okay too.
We're not gonna talk about what we're not gonna do is talk about my vanilla. We're not gonna talk about my vanilla.
It's
That's
okay.
what we're not gonna do.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? There's nothing wrong with being traditional. There's nothing wrong with being alternative, right? It's just a matter of where you're seated at in life and your understanding of it. It doesn't mean that you have to participate. It doesn't mean that you have to shame it or feel away. Just understand and know that people can build intimate, successful relationships that don't always look like, what it did on Leave It to Beaver.
Okay, nice try, but that stuff don't work on me. So let's unpack it. Let's unpack it. First off, the vanilla is actually chocolate, because you already know. Everybody know how I get down. You know what I mean? You sister, sister.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Hey, he really provided the dopest affirmation for people. No, for real.
So that's the first things first. Second thing is this, Jay. People will look at Hollywood and look at them and call them sick. And you look at what's going on in Hollywood. They're having orgies, open relationships, and the other stuff that I don't want to mention because me and you, we gonna make it. And some trigger words, but you know what I'm getting at, right? The files. Let me just say files. If you put you on the right track, right?
Okay.
So they do a bunch of that sick stuff. That's not like that's not what I do is not vanilla. What I do is Zane Chronicles. Let me put it in because we black over here. Zane Chronicles is what I do. You know what I mean? Like spontaneous stuff, cars, stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? Spice it up type of stuff. I feel like the people who engage in those type of relationships want the relationship without the commitment. And they're just because one thing that relationships is constant work. And one thing I know about human beings is they're lazy. They're lazy. If you tell a human being you can get abs without working out or work out and get abs, what they gonna pick? That's why they trying all the Ozempic flying out the shit. Any drug that comes that's new, that say you're gonna lose weight without having to work for it, flies off the shelf. Because people are lazy. Like I just seen a story today. Is it Tulsi Gabbard? One of those people that in politics that had like a sex plane where she was like having a Diddy freak off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having a Diddy freak off, and then come to find out that her husband cross dresses and watches
Christy Nome. Yeah, I saw
Christy
that.
Nome. And it's like, what? Listen, and I'm not defending
And you
him.
know why? Because you know why that happens, and this is why I feel like MAGA's never beaten the allegations, because they always want to talk about LGBTQ and all these different things, and then meanwhile back at the ranch they over there putting on, padding up and turning into women. He spent thousands of dollars for ex-workers. I think it's because people want to live more alternative lifestyles, but they don't live in their truth, and they take a more traditional route because it's what's conventional and it's what's widely accepted. And this is why we see so much hate from the people who are like MAGA or just closeted in general, because other people are living in their real truth and what they want and what they don't. And you're mad at me because I feel like, yes, I can have my cake and eat it too, and it may look different to you, and it may not be it may not be me sneaking on the marble floor, tiptoeing, but it looks differently. And if you don't understand it, because society wants you to feel like, oh, you have to have this or that, right? But what if I want something completely different? I can have that. This is my fucking world I'm living in. And if you choose to be a part of it, you're coming. Thank you so much. This is how we're going to shape it and form it. And that's okay. It doesn't always have to fit what you want or what you like. But if it works for other people, let it just work for other people.
That was beautiful. Maybe I should put that on the Hallmark card, send it out to all. But let's talk about reality now, Jay. This is the thing.
That's the thing.
Hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. Why you cut me out? Focus on the side of my voice. Y'all focus on the side. Y'all focus on the side of.
Who live alternative lifestyles. I don't like that. I won't.
But I let you talk. Why you don't let me get my point out, sister?
Because you being condescending.
No, I'm not. I'm for the tie this full circle, because even though I never divulged on my channel my spirituality or beliefs in anything, like I do respect people who are spiritual that really walk it like they talk. Because everybody a grifter nowadays. Like, you won't believe how many tarot card reading videos come up on my feed, right? But that is just like the reason why I like spirituality, because it's aspiring to be a better form of yourself. One thing I think that the people got the game messed up in is you're not supposed to experience everything. Fantasies are supposed to be just that. They're not supposed to be acted out. That's the problem with the world today. Those people who are Christy Nome has a public image that they have to portray. That's why they're portraying the marriage. But behind closed doors, they have an agreement of this liberal, free marriage that people is saying, oh, my body, my choice. I don't think you're supposed to be doing those things. That's why they're not successful. I think if you believe in soul tie, all this stuff, there's no way that you could be preaching, going out and just plucking whoever you want to pluck. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the way the world works. Like, discipline matters. We admire discipline. The greatest athlete, Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, they have discipline. Like when people get famous for spirituality, it's because they practice their discipline, and we admire that because we're striving to the better versions of ourselves. It's not so much that, like, if they could, if a poly marriages was working at a high rate, well, then that would be something we could talk about. If open relationship was working at a high rate, that would be something. But I look at the people. See, and this is somebody that grew up watching real sex, right? I remember watching those alternative documentaries when I was younger, and they didn't work. And then the people that were in the swingers documentary would say like, "Hey, man, like I know it sounds fun, like hey, you get to do whatever you want and stuff," but they were like, "This has split up marriages. People have fell in love with other people. People have used that as an excuse to leave their partner because the other partner was better at sex. It's a lot of drugs in that community. It's a lot. It's a dark side to that, right? And it's like." If we understand as human beings that we just can't feed pleasure, then why are we always justifying pleasure? That right? So there's something wrong with that with me. Like it's not that I'm so much like this vanilla guy that walks around, you know what I mean, with my pants tight and my belt over my belly. It's not. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's me observing stuff and looking for consistency. Because I've seen the worst. If you study history, you look at places that have overstimulated their pleasure senses and did whatever they want, and it did not work out good for them. Whether it be the Romans, whether it be now how America, what's going on with America right now, you cannot do whatever you want to do and just justify it. There's some people out there that are good with words and could justify anything. That doesn't make it right.
Are you one of those people?
No, I don't justify anything. What's good, Chaco?
Peace and love, Chaco. Come up here, sister. Come up here. There's room for you.
Oh, let me drop the link.
Yeah, but I want to get to your point though, or try to talk on your point a little bit, because you said a few things. First off, I want to just say, because people live an alternative lifestyle, or they are polygamous, or they are open, it does not always equal or relate to sex, right? I think when people hear that, because it's so unconventional, and because you saw a real sex episode one time, that's what your mind goes to, right? That's what you automatically think. But there are people who live in different lifestyles where they have commitments within relationships. They have a true intimacy, because they're being honest, and it's not always about pleasure. It's not always about just doing whatever in the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, I will say, because I do understand and know that there is a fine line, and there is a lot of darkness that are in certain circles when you're just out here wilding and we bugging and we drugging and we doing all of, moving and grooving in that factor. That's not what I was speaking on. I was speaking on having and creating and curating a relationship or relationships that works for you, right? Outside of what society has told you, because at a certain point there, society told women that they couldn't go to work and they couldn't have a job or whatever. And someone dreamed, hey, maybe we can do something like this. And then it came to fruition. I really think that when people go to polygamy and the first thing that they talk about is sex, is usually a sign and a signal to me that they don't really know or haven't experienced people up close and personal who engage in that type of relationship. And that's okay, because I know it seems so foreign and taboo, and especially when people feel like they're going to be judged for it and blah, 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 because it's not easy to understand. But you're like, I haven't seen any successful polygamy relationships at all. But, I have, you know what I mean? If you exactly, you preach poly. So what are we talking about even? If you grew up around Muslim people, a lot of Muslims, I live close to Philly. I know a lot of women who are co-wives, and it works, right? And they're happy. Okay. And they're financially taken care of, and their emotional needs are being met. And to some, that's an alternative lifestyle because it's not mainstream. You see, what happened was when I called you vanilla, right? I think that kind of got you a little flared up a little bit, right? I think you kind of got a little bit, a little quickness in you. I wasn't trying to come at you like you got the tight belt in your hand in your pockets, but you do have a more traditional way of living and viewing the world and viewing the lens. And sometimes I come in and say, hey, let me adjust these glasses for you, because there's a whole new world out here where people are living differently. Not to persuade you, not to say that these people are good and these people are bad, but just to offer a different perspective, love. And sometimes it's okay to do that, right? I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong, and one is, full of pleasure, lust, and desires, and no discipline, because we know that that's not true, right? People can still create things and create systems and create bonds and relationships that does not always look like what we think it should. Look at Will and Jada, for instance. It's like, no, I'm joking.
Who?
Don't look at Will and Jada. No,
Okay, so let me clear this up. Let me clear this up. Let me clear this up.
I was trolling. I take it back.
So I
take
preach
it
poly. I preach poly over here. I misspoke. I meant open relationship. I meant open because even poly is a commitment. You committed to. I meant open relationship because you don't commit to nobody. My bad. I misspoke. Let's clear that. Let's clear that up.
Wait, what?
I misspoke. I didn't mean poly. I meant open relationships because that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay. You said open relationships, but you preach poly.
Poly. I'm for poly. Poly's a commitment. Poly is 3 people committed to each other.
Right. But
open relationship is you don't commit to nobody.
That's not true. You can be in an open relationship and still be committed to one another, but you have an opening for other people to come and join in a relationship or to have an outside relationship.
Committed to sin is what you committed to with
it can look like so many different things. And I feel like when we hear men say it from a red pill spectrum, she's in a monogamous relationship with me, but I'm free to do whatever. It's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I get it, man. I understand completely. But when a woman says it, it's somehow an issue. There's a whole discourse and all this pushback, right? Okay. I'm gonna tie back to the video. This is no different than seeing that lady get flown out there, pack her finest fineries and tiptoe out that motherfucking apartment because she ready to go chill. People hate when they see the women embody the fullness, embody what it means to be whatever she is and in her fullness. Y'all just hate to see it, and now it's the issue. But for men,
who is y'all?
People in general. I think
see you doing that red pill, pink blue pill. What is other pill? Blue pill stuff? Don't do that.
Those pills.
You talking to Scholar. No, you talking to Scholar. You talking to Scholar. Don't do that. That's not fair. Don't obscurely objectify me, sister. You had to throw 2 words in there because I got like a list of words I ain't been using on you.
Oh gosh, okay, you got the list right.
You like to bring in your education and try to sway the audience. I got you. You swayed it. Vonda went to sleep. I don't know what you did to him. I don't know if you got your teacup over there like get out, but Vonda went to sleep after that. He ain't even comment no more. What you done did to Vonda?
Bone was agreeing with you, but I just feel like people that always want to talk about poly or open relationships always go to sex, but they're not understanding that they can have deep emotional connections to multiple people. Right? You can have a physical attraction, a physical connection with one, an emotional relationship with another. Like it can work in that way. But because you haven't seen it done, you don't know anybody who's done it successfully, it's like, okay, well, it's not good for you. Who said that?
Yvonne said it here. No, Jay, you just said something, and I wanted to touch on it, but I forgot because I was trolling. I should have stopped trolling. So let me give you this anecdotal story, Jay. Let me give you this anecdotal story.
Okay, this is it for me.
So, I have a cousin who was married, right? And his wife didn't even really speak much or whatever the case may be, right? But she always had that wonder in her. And Scholar know. Scholar be knowing. I be knowing. I be knowing when the minds be wondering. Because like, they just do certain stuff. Like they will meet with a person for the first time, but will stand out of the view of their man so they could check out the man that he meet type stuff. You know what I mean? Like women are very calculated. Listen, she don't want me giving away tricks, but they'll do that. They'll do that. They'll hug their man and then look at the man that they want to look while they hug. Women got tricks. They got tricks. And Scholar know, because I'm out here sexy, walk around with the dad bod. So I know what they do. I know all the little tricks that they do. I'm gonna start recording it. But anyway, so they got tricks or whatever. But she always had that wonder in her. So he one day she came because my other cousins was graduating, and she came to the house with him and stayed, and she would like overdo that she was not interested in another man outside her husband. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, your eyes don't break because you're in a relationship. You know what's attractive. And like, why do you not have to talk to somebody to show that I don't know. It's just like when people that overdo it, they normally liars, right? It's just like
she got that dog in her. She got teeth. She still bite. Maybe she was showing a little bit of restraint. You was talking about being disciplined. Now she too disciplined, huh?
And then you go twist it into why the woman's still right. But look, check this out. So she was doing that because that's what she wanted to portray to her husband, because she was not really living that. That's the vibes I was getting. It had nothing to do with discipline. right? And so after she came to stay at the house, like I said, she was just overdoing it. But anytime, like she still was doing little tricks, but she just was making it to where he didn't see her doing it. He seen, oh yeah, my wife don't even talk to nobody else. She wouldn't. This is why women are more equipped to cheat, in my opinion. They just better at it. They better at the game. God even built them physically better for it, right? Like man need blood flow and all that stuff, but that's neither here nor there, right? So yeah, fast forward a month after that, come to find out, she going to orgies. She acting a plum fool. He had to find out about that. Dang, let me start. See, black people don't take that serious. Because he was sad. He was sad. And the reason why I'm laughing is because he called my cousin, and my cousin gave her the Celia advice. Like, you want my advice? Beat her. You know what I mean? I'm like, what kind? But yeah. So like, yeah, he was depressed, and I learned from that moment that women are way more savage than men are. They're just better at hiding it what they is, or justifying it publicly. And that wraps that kind of wraps the show up full circle, because we started off with the justification of bad actions, and there's no
No, go ahead. The justification of bad actions and her
bad actions.
Action.
Listen, if me as a man, on YouTube you hear all the time, as a man, let me tell you what you do as a man, but if I could call people out who I disagree with for bad behavior, no matter what the sex is, women got to stop this fake sisterhood stuff, because sisterhood only is intact until a man comes into place. That's when all the rules go off for sisterhood. That's insane. That's what I was going to tell you earlier when you talked about there's rules to open relationships, and I'm like, that don't even make. That's adding order to chaos. That's like me coming to the lions and say, hey man, y'all can eat everything, don't eat the gazelles. Like, that don't make any sense. Chaos is chaos. Like, that's why they don't work out. And I've watched videos on those people too as well, and they talk about, like, she says she don't like it. She just does it because she feel like men are gonna cheat anyway, like a defeatist attitude. So she might as well be aware of it and get hers too. Now, to answer, because we got a lot to unpack. You said, why can't a person have their cake and eat it too? Because the world don't revolve around one person. Those are selfish actions. One word that's overused, especially by women, because the public perception is always perceived that men are cheaters and men are dogs, is narcissists. That's narcissistic behavior. Have your cake and eat it too. Do whatever you want. There's no consequences. You could do whatever you want to anybody at any given time. We're not doing that.
That's not what I meant. But go ahead.
We're not doing that, because we're not going to do that. Because let me tell you something about Jay. One thing I know about Jay is she good-hearted. She got a book. The next episode we're going to do, she going to audit me, and she going to find out how great I really am. But she's a spiritual person. She read energies. That's her. That's why I call her Jay Badu, and she just be talking. Because she's torn. She's definitely a spiritual person and stuff like that, but she's also a women's empowerment person, because she understands the history, and that's understandable. Women have been oppressed, and I always acknowledge that. I'm to a degree, I'm sexist. I admit it. I don't hide who I am. I don't tiptoe. I ain't tiptoeing like that girl in the video. I am who I am. You know what I mean? I got good sides. I got bad traits. It's just I'm human. You know what I mean? I try to work on the bad ones. That's what growth is supposed to be and look like, right? But there's no, you can't justify that. Can't justify a woman doing that, in my opinion. There's no way to really justify it.
Okay. I think that women are their own people, their own sovereign beings, and I think men are too. And once we respect each other on a human level and not just the gender role and what it's supposed to look like, people can have real connections.
Jay, but that's what I'm trying to say, Jay. People can have real connections without. Okay. Something you brought up that I semi agree with. Because I mean, you brought up
you agree with
people, but this is important because it's true but not true at the same time. It's like
It's either true or it ain't.
It's no. It's not black and white. This is not one of those things because we are sexual creatures, right? But we're not as sexual as the people of the past. So we are slightly disciplined. Some of us, but not in the White House. But some of us, um, and so we're not living like the days of yesteryear. Because yesterday, everybody was having sex with everybody. It was really nasty. That's why diseases were so rampant back then. But it's not like that. So when you said that, when they think about open relationship, they already think about sex. An open relationship by design is about sex. Human beings are sexual creatures. Sex is so important in a relationship that somebody will mess up a good relationship because of it. If a person is bad at sex, it's a deal breaker for a lot of people in relationships.
Yeah, but did you ever think that sometimes open relationships are not the main driving factor is not sex, it's just about it being able to experience human connection?
No.
So listen, exactly. A lot of spiritual people, and you said that, like, I'm a spiritual person, this is true, I don't disagree, and everything like this. Like, when you understand that we are all experiencing life for the first time, we are all, spirits that came into human form to experience this life. And this is why I say, you can't own someone. I just think that, and I'm not even saying that this is something that I live by, I die by, and whatever. I just know that there are alternative ways for people to experience love, right? And for people to experience closeness, and for people to experience community and partnership and sex, right? I'm not just limiting it to one thing. It's a larger conversation. It's a different way of thinking. And it's a different way of being, period, point blank. If you get it, you get it. The ones that get it. The ones that don't, right? It just is what it is. It's not rooted in, oh, I just want to be able to have sex or whatever. It's not about, oh, I can't commit to you, because a lot of times people are committed. They just understand that, I don't want to feel constricted in how I want to flow and move in my human experience. Simple.
Yeah, but that's not a reality of life. You get constricted.
But that is reality for some people, and they
No,
live in that reality.
They're romanticizing a life that they could never live.
How?
Because we are a society. We have a social contract. You don't get to do whatever you want. If I decide somebody, hold on,
there are fringe groups that can be ropers, groupers, and everything, and they have their own communities and everything like this. You don't think that other people have fringe groups as well?
Like I said, sister, like I was trying to say and get my point out when you cut me off with a question.
Oh my God, this point don't make no sense.
Nah, because you didn't let me get it out. You only got a quarter of it. You a quarter of opinion from scholar. Now look, the scholar words is powerful. A quarter is still powerful than most, but you got to listen to the full context. You can't be reactionist. You can't do that, sister. So what I was gonna say is, yeah, they have communities that do stuff like that. But like I said, them people, I follow this girl, right? Right? And I listen to her. She considered herself like not a sex guru, but like free, what you would call liberal and stuff like that. And I listened to their experiences, Jay, right? And I listened to her. She done had happy endings before for men. They didn't swap. They do everything. They do everything.
Again, you're focusing on sex, but go ahead.
That's all they talk about is sex.
But that's all you are exposed to. Because you don't know.
Human beings are sexual creatures. There are women out there that are paying people to listen to their voice so that they can masturbate. There are people out there who overly listen. You just talked about the objectification of Prison Bay. Remember, Prison Bay was going around like. People are sexual by nature. This is why every warehouse that you go to, every job you can go to, there's always people in there with somebody that are sleeping with somebody else. You cannot eliminate the sex in life.
What I'm trying to say is you're talking about mainstream. What I'm talking about is not as mainstream. And so when you're not taking the wide path, and you're taking the narrow path, do you think it's a possibility that you may operate in a different way because you're not thinking like everybody else?
Or this, Jay, because the person that I follow, I pay attention to her,
Person
and I'm
that you
gonna be
follow
honest with you.
people personally.
Okay. Well, I mean that you might one might say you might be compromised because you have a relationship with them that you might love them or
I
like them a lot. So, but look, me, I don't know this. I don't know this woman. I don't know this woman. I just look. I just look with my judgeful eyes. You talk about these glasses. These meta glasses be judging. You know what I mean? These a meta. What that say? It says those people are nasty. That's how that goes. But no, so when I listen to her, she talks about how like they went to a place and there's like a blowjob bar, right? A blowjob bar. And this is just my inquisitive mind. I can't help myself. I actually do the opposite. I look at people that are different to me and see what, like, listen to them. I listen to them talk. I do the opposite. I don't shun stuff that I disagree with. I listen to it and observe it and analyze it, right?
and
But
then disagree with it after you come up with your own
yeah,
idea about it.
because it confirms what I believed about them, right?
Mm.
So she talked about when her and her dude first met. She talked about all this stuff, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that dude is a foul, in my opinion,
Okay.
because she talked about how they met, and I was like, that gave predator vibes, right, or whatever the case may be. And then she talked about how they go to other places and what is it, Thailand, how they have BJ bars and how to go get a BJ and stuff like that. She gives stories about what happened at there. And I'm like, to me, and I'll say this before on my channel, those women that participate in that, like, I think there should be some form of guilt from the person that's paying because there's a high chance that they've been trafficked. Right? Like that's not like out of the norm of thinking. If we're aware now, we know this ain't the 60s and the 50s. We know now, right? But they still go do that because they have this liberal mindset of, oh, we could do whatever we're just exploring, oh, we're just doing this, oh, we're not harming anybody. It's like whatever you want to tell yourself to sleep better at night. But I don't think that their relationship is a functional one. I'm observing. Not that I'm rooting on their downfall, nothing, but it's gonna run dry because open relationships lead with sex. That's the focal point of everything, and they're having sex with different people. Like, so you mean to tell me a person could be in love with somebody, right? Connect with them on all levels, meet somebody, you know what I mean, with a curve in it, whatever the case may be, right? And they hitting all the spots and they start to like them too, and they can still love the other person too. That's confusion. That's confusion. That's like having the world and wanting Mars. Like, why would that's greed? That's all that's the 20 deadly sins of the world. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I look at that lifestyle like, yeah, that's committing without committing. That's the Ozempic way, in my opinion, because life is about hard work. You know how you give people something when they too, like if you give somebody an inheritance when they too young, they'll blow it. Like there's maturity that comes with certain stuff, and that maturity is based on discipline. You gotta have discipline in life. Look, we see it. We see people lose like marriages because of lack of discipline. Jada, we see a bunch of stuff happening because of lack of discipline, and I think I can never side with, hey, don't be disciplined. I just seen the comedian the other day that that they was calling ugly, and they were dragging online unfairly, and she was talking about how marriage was legalized slavery, and it's just like, oh my God, here we go with another one of these dumbass talking points that people got to defend. Silly stuff. No, marriage is not legalized slavery. The thing about feminists is their movement is fractured. And I say this, I went through a whole history lecture with Queen about this. It was never meant for Black women. You don't have to take scholar word for it. Go read the literature. It's out there. It was not meant for Black women. It's not meant for black women.
And
And
that's why they came up with Massage Noir.
say it again, sis.
That's why they came up with Massage Noir.
Which is a feminist movement that was for black women, right?
Correct.
You got to give context. You're talking to a boxing audience. You know, a lot of these done took punches. You got to give context to what you say. But I agree with that. I agree with that. I know that. I know. I don't know all the history, but I'm familiar with certain stuff. And because of that, I feel like women are in a space where they are like just going crazy with it. You know what I mean? If you've been oppressed for so long, look at black people. Let's just take black people in general, right? You take a race of black people that have been, you know, Jim Crow, slavery, all that stuff that's been on them. When you give them the freedom, you got coons out there. You got black people out there.
You know what you sound like?
I'm listening.
You sound like one of those preachers that had a church on. It was like a historically black church. It was one of the older churches. You know, the main church couldn't function anymore. They built a new one, and there's like generations of preachers and pastors. And, you know, on a dirt road is this one church of the whole neighborhood. And they teach in this church about, you know, you got to struggle now and you'll have heaven later. And, you know, you life is not supposed to be about everything that you want. Life is not supposed to be you can have all of what you desire. Okay. That comes later in heaven. Right. The moment that you start getting what you want, you know, all of those things are bad and negative for you. Stay here with me on this dirt road in this church and add to my building fund. You can dream about all the riches and the desires you want once you get into heaven.
And you know what?
The poverty mindset, the scarcity mind, the poverty preachers, there's the scarcity mindset. And you a little bit, you got that thing on you where you can't fathom just having exactly what you want. Just having whatever it is that you want. And it doesn't have to come with nastiness. It doesn't have to come with, you know, impeding on your moral integrity.
Let's pause it there. Hold up. Everything has a price.
You have to struggle. Okay, listen. So do you believe in miracles? And then
why we gotta go?
Because we need to, because everything has a price, right? You can't.
Miracles have a price. Miracles come with fine print.
What? Not the Christian.
Okay. Hold up. If
anybody's here, make sure you guys check me out. Okay, I'm Jeray Malay, girl from Right Away. We have culture, conversation, and community over on my side, right? And we talk about things, popular topics, hot topics, and we talk about them in a way that helps us reshape and reframe our paradigm so we don't got to live in a church on a dirt road, okay? We can expand our horizons and we can create the life that we want, right? We're all here experiencing life. We all have the ability to think, therefore we can create, okay? Whatever it may look like. Relationship aside, I'm talking about you have the ability to create the life that you want. Free will, baby. You can have it all if you want to. Okay. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Listen, no, hold on. I want you to notice something.
I'm out of here.
I want you to notice something. I changed the lettering to pink to show that I'm in support with feminism. But what we not going to do, because they got a bad habit of doing this. She will put a nigga in the box because she disagreed with them and try to get y'all to believe that somehow I'm some preacher on the dirt road.
No, I just
hold on, sister. If I'm the preacher, you sound like you know, back in the 90s you used to have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on. The angel be saying do the right thing. You sounded like the devil. Have whatever you want. Eat the cake. Pass the cake. Pass the peas like we used to. Like what are we doing? Like no, that's not how that works. You know I know that every decision, you know what I mean? You always got a choice. But the choices always have consequences. You'll never be free. You might get away tomorrow. It's gonna catch up to you eventually. And I know that Jay believe this. I know that Jay believe this because she's always sending me army brochure, diet pictures. You know what I mean? Like, you know, she be telling me that my back is too big to be more disciplined. So she couldn't possibly believe eat everything you want, eat the pork chops, you know, date the white woman. She trying to stop this. You gotta stop this. She disciplined in her regular life. So to be preaching not being disciplined is a crazy word. But
I'm not
but no,
talking about not being disciplined. What I'm saying is you don't have to be so limited in your scope and your view of what you desire and what you want. And you remember we were talking about just like, well, it doesn't matter. That's a sidebar. I feel like your new name for me is gonna be like
you better
old
not
dirty
say dirt road
bastard.
pastor.
It
You
is.
bet not. I knew you was headed where.
It's
I
not
knew you
old
was
dirty
headed.
pastor, it's old dirt road pastor. Now
I knew
until
you
you
was gonna do that.
your ability to think outside the box and I've successfully manifested. See, look, you manifested some support, okay? I feel like, when you start looking at things from whatever view that you want to, because we literally create the world that we live in, right?
No, we don't.
We do. We do.
The
You
world
are
is
your
the
own
world
universe.
is the world is the
That's
world
you know
without your.
why? You know why it's that? Because that's what you believe it is. That's
Uh-huh.
just what it is. That's just what you believe.
Uh-huh.
This is why people that are
What about
Muslim,
gravity?
well,
What if I don't
pause.
believe in
This
gravity?
is why there are people who are Muslim, people who are Christian, and they pray to different gods or the same gods in a different way, and they believe, look, God really came through for this is really because their faith is what carries them. It's their faith, it's their belief, it's their belief in it. If it's whatever you believe, brother, is what it's going to be. That's all I got for you.
Hey,
Okay,
you know what? In closing, can you see the screen?
there you go.
Can you see the screen? I just want in closing, we're gonna manifest jobs for these brothers out here. Shout out to my brother Rob G. If you're looking for a job, Rick Ross needs security because he was over there getting beat up, by in Canada by some white boys, So he's hiring, because we support black businesses too as well. And we're gonna end on that note because I want to come back tomorrow and talk about Drewski. Auntie needs her sleep. Auntie needs her sleep, and we got a bunch of clips to chop up. So, any final words, Jay?
Mm-mm.
So that I'm gonna take that and we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for showing up. We'll be back tomorrow. We out.
Star, wish to have a fancy car, wish to have $1 million bucks. Well, I wish I don't be in love. So feel me, pretty baby. I make one wish and I wish it all on you. Make it love to the break of dawn. Me and you to the baby's born. Till my baby's born.